This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Cedar Creek Silverback Edition, fifth wheel, model 31IK for Island Kitchen. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through some of the features, that's all. First of all, if you notice, this the slide outs are hydraulic, and also you have a hydraulic auto leveling system, a 6-point system. You can see the jacks here. So it auto levels. It's 6-point system because obviously there's 3 on each side, 3 jacks on each side. I'll show you how that operates. There's a panel to control it inside the trailer. There's also one in the basement compartment that you can operate also. All right, so also you have a power awning, of course. We're still in the process of cleaning up a bit here, but this is your vacuum system, and these are your attachments. So you'll be able to attach those inside or out here also. This is just the brains. This is your touch panel system. So when you use the panels, it's sending the information to here. Okay. This is your dump hose. Obviously, that sprayer, the blue coiled sprayer, is there's at least 2 places to plug it in. We'll see as we walk around. And of course, there's a reel there also to crank your. You can either use a hose on it. Most people use a hose, I guess. This is a spray port here. This is one of them. This is signal out plus power, so you can set a TV out here if you want to. This is a quick connect for the LP system. So if you want to use a grill, for example, you would plug it in right there. You have 2 30-pound tanks right here. They're full. Okay. So as we come around, we have 2 12-volt 27 series deep cycle marine batteries. They're wired together at 12 volts, so the output is still 12 volt, it just doubles the storage capacity. The reason you have that double storage capacity is because you have an inverter here. Inverter takes 12 volt DC and inverts it to 110 AC. So basically, with this system, after this system converts the 12 volt DC to 110 AC here, it'll send it to your refrigerator. So your refrigerator runs off. So basically the power is being inverted just to keep your refrigerator going when you don't have 110 AC power. And of course, these are your hydraulics and your reservoir, and you can operate them from here also if you need to. Now, I told you that there's a screen for your self-leveling right here. The thing you have to remember is that you auto level, obviously. I push that and it'll level the trailer, but it will remember what position the trailer was in before that. So to get back to that position, you push auto hitch, which takes you back to the last hitch height that this trailer was at before you auto leveled it. So it'll always remember the last position. So theoretically, you should be able to just, after you push auto hitch height, you should be able to slide right underneath it with your truck and hook it up. You can extend and retract here. You can operate it manually. If you were to scroll, for example, you can go down here. I don't know how well you can see this, but it says manual mode. Then you would push enter, and you can actually operate the jacks manually. Okay? Just remember, auto level and auto hitch. Now, if you were to go to retract all, it'll actually even retract the front landing gear, so it'll kind of nosedive the trailer. So, like I said, auto hitch heights is the way to go. All right, so here's your water dock here. These are your 2 gray and your black tank valve. This right here is your black tank flush. So after you dump the black tank, if you leave the valve open, you can actually hook the hose from the dump station right up to here and spray the inside of your tank out, which is a really good thing to do. You have bypass valves for your water heater. This is a winterizing hose here. You would stick the end of this here into the gallon of antifreeze or whatever size container you have, and you would draw it from there. This is your city water hookup here. All right. So from here you can either use city water, which is the most common way, or you would change it to tank, like right, well, let me see if I got a picture. You go from city to tank, and then this will actually fill your fresh water tank, and then you can pump the water with the onboard pump. Basically, if you don't have city water, you can pre-fill a fresh water tank, and all the plumbing will operate just like you have city water. All right. This is your kill switch for your batteries. You turn it off and it disconnects the batteries. And there's a diagram here that explains the bypass system and everything for the water heater. Okay, so this is obviously your water heater here. Let me pull this out here. It has a anode rod. That's also the plug for it. That screws in right there. It takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket to do that. This switch here, on and off, this controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover, right? So keep in mind that this switch is here anyway. Sometimes there'll be two. There'll be another one in the trailer, but the idea is when you want to use the electric heating element, this is kind of a safety thing, because you can't run it without water in it. You know, you can burn it out very quickly. So you always want to make sure there's water in here before you either light it on gas or use the electric heating element. But always remember that the switch is here. There was one other thing. Yeah, this one works on both gas and electric. Okay. All right. So you have a 50 amp cord here, which is 30 or 35 feet long. We give you the reducers to keep reducing it down to 30 amp and then down to 20. Okay. That's where your hose hooks up, obviously. Your dump hose, I mean. Alright. So you have a ladder, which is a good thing, because the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you want to have somebody go up there and look at the seals and the sealant, make sure there's no crack in your separation, make sure there was no damage to the roofing material or the vent covers or the skylight or anything like that by low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. Also, this housing up here tells us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so it's pretty much a plug-and-play deal. So it'll attach right up there, and then when you turn on your running lights, it'll activate the camera. Okay, so let's go inside real quick. I got to pick up the pace here because we only have, I think, 28 minutes till it starts a new file here. So, okay. Well, obviously this, when we first come in, this is for your power vent up here. This is your thermostat for zone 1 and zone 2 heating and cooling, both. Here, this is just telling us it's pre-wired for solar. There's also a port on the roof that's pre-wired. Your water heater on gas right here. Okay. So your passcode is 0000. You can set it at anything you want, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If you want to turn the interior lights on, right there. And then you have your security lights here and your exterior lights. The water heater, you can run it on electric or propane or both. If you run it on propane, you get a much faster recovery. So if more than one person's using the shower, you know, in a row, like you've got 3 people waiting to use it, you'd switch it on gas so it recovers quicker. Turn your water pump on and off is right here. Okay. And then you can select all the stuff independently, of course. Your main awning, and this is very touchy, so you got to scroll down. If I can get it to scroll. Let me try it this way. This is pre-wired for a generator also. The awning, for example, if we can look at it, it's going out right there. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. You can see the each tank, freshwater, black, and the gray tanks, how full they are from here. So anyway, you can basically access all the systems there. Down here, this is the power converter. I told you about the power inverter up front, which converts or inverts DC to AC power, right? This one does the opposite. All trailers have this one. It's a converter that converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So we got regular 110 AC here, and You got circuit breakers just like you'd see at home, and then they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC here, and you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. If any of these fuses blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. But another important function is that as long as you're plugged in, this will sense how much energy your batteries up front need, and it'll keep them charged. It'll only send them what they need. So if they're topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps up to there. If they're low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. So it'll always keep your batteries charged also. Okay, this is for your vacuum, obviously. This is the LP and carbon monoxide detector here. Okay, let me get on my feet here. Try not to forget anything here as I go through this. So, let's see if I can do this with one hand here. But basically, you just push this to there, you depress it, and then spark it. You might have shut the gas off at this point. I suppose he probably has because they're getting ready to travel with it. Yeah. So anyway, just remember the gas off. Remember, you have to depress this and then push the sparker. And the oven works like any other oven. You got a microwave that works like any other microwave. You have obviously TV and radio and fireplace. Let me find the remotes here. So this would be the fireplace remote here. So you can see you can set the temperature. You can set the appearance of the fire, like so. You have a color change here, a bit. Okay, and you also have a timer on this, so you can set it to turn on and off whenever you want. You could set it, for example, if you get up at the same time every morning, you could set it to turn on 15 or 20 minutes before you get up, and it'll take the chill out of this room without using up your limited supply of LP. So because it does run on electricity. Okay, and then this is the remote for your radio. This one is for your TV, of course. So this is an AM/FM radio. It also plays discs, CDs, and DVDs there. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly and stream from your phone or tablet. You can stream from a USB right here. It has different speaker zones right here. There's 2 zones probably in this one, maybe even 3, but at least 2. So it does all that. There's also an HDMI hookup here, which is probably under a cover, I would think, but maybe I spoke too quickly on that. I'm not sure where it's at, but it does. Yeah, it does list it right there. So it does. It does do HDMI also. The HDMI would be an in, by the way, so you could go into the system. You could set like a game machine or something right here, plug it in, and then go straight into the system with it. Okay. All these appliances and components have manuals and paperwork with them, so keep that in mind. You can always check that out and learn something. You can also, here's the packet right here, you could also go online and go to the customer or the appliance website, the component website, and get watch their videos, their setup videos and operation videos. It makes it really easy to learn that way too. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So this is a couch, obviously, that turns into a bed. You got 2 theater seats here. There's the leaf for the table is actually inside here, I believe. I know it is. I got a button right here, but the leaf is stores inside also. All right. I think we covered everything in this room. I'm trying to look as I go and see if I forgot anything, but I think we've pretty much got it here. Okay, so let's move on. So the bathroom works like any other RV bathroom. You've got a sink and a shower, obviously, and the toilet, like any other RV toilet, you have to have water and chemical in it before you start using it. The black tank is directly below, right? So you just have to remember that before you start using it and the black tank's empty, you're going to put a dose of chemical in there, plus about a gallon of water. You get the water in there just by pushing the pedal down, and then you can use it. You never use it dry or the smell will be overwhelming, so you always make sure you got chemical and water in it. Okay. So this is another TV. This is pretty much self-explanatory, but this is also pre-plumbed and wired for a let me put this right here. Hold on. Well, let me take it out and do it right so I don't break something while I'm fiddling with it. Okay, so you're plumbed and wired for a washer dryer combo, stackable right here. You have 2 more chairs for the dining area, of course. Let's see what else we have here. You have storage underneath the mattress, like a foot locker. So you have that also. And these things are sensors for the system, the HVAC system. So this would be Zone 2, the Zone 2 sensor right there. Okay. This is your antenna. You just spin it, right? We left that open because the battery's still in the drawer. I don't know if you noticed that. Well, you can put it in there for if you want. Also, this is a 3-speed fan here. So make sure that when you use the shower, you always vent with this fan, because these trailers are built super tight these days, and you don't want to create a climate where you could get mold or mildew. So make sure you vent with the shower. Okay, I think we've covered it. Let's see here. Yeah, I think so. So first of all, thanks for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days? This trailer right now is winterized, so it's got antifreeze in the system, and so you have to make sure once you get into warm climate, you gotta rinse it out. You gotta put your city water onto the hookup on the side that I showed you, and turn it on, and then you'll just open all the taps till you flush all the water out of it. Okay, or all the antifreeze out of it. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So thank you very much.